Hello, my name is Visor. Welcome to episode 13 of Let's Play Bully. Last episode, we dealt with Johnny Vincent causing trouble everywhere because of Lola. In this episode, we're going to finish off all the greaser stuff. In fact, we're going to first start on this mission we saw last time, but we just didn't do because it wasn't very convenient at the time. Anyway, let's see what's it all about.
Of course I love you, Johnny.
No, you don't.
Love is complicated.
That didn't seem complicated between you and that Gordo kid. I'm gonna kill him!
Johnny, please! We've been over that. He's sweet, but it was so innocent.
Get off.
Oh, I love it when you get angry, Johnny. I really do. You're so bestial. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey,
What are you doing here?
looking for you, Johnny.
At Lola's house?
Yeah.
Be nice to each other. You know what I like about you two? You're both so straightforward, so quick to judge, so fast.
Ain't no one fast like me.
Really? So you could beat Jimmy in a race?
Definitely.
I heard he was pretty fast.
This little twerp? Give me a break.
Oh, I think we've got a little challenge. I just love challenges. They make me so excited.
God, I hate her so much. Everything about her is just so annoying. Ugh, damn it, Johnny.
We don't have to worry about this.
We're gonna
stupid
grind
group
you
of kids.
down. Let's do it.
We're gonna break you.
Alright, so we're going to be racing against 3 greasers. The one on the far left is Johnny. And as you can tell, I brought my fast bike instead of my usual BMX. Because, really, I just want to end this race as quickly as possible. Because these guys are kind of punchy, and I don't like dealing with that. The downside, of course, is this bike doesn't seem to handle as well. Like if it bounces too hard or you get a sharp turn, it kind of loses control. But we should be okay as long as we stay far enough ahead. Now, another thing about this race is there's actually quite a lot of shortcuts. For example, coming up here, you can cut through the forest. There's actually a better route, but there's a lot of tight turns and I don't want to risk it on this bike. Now, over here across this bridge, we're actually heading back to the school, a new part of the school actually. And what's interesting about this part here is there's going to be a lot of moving parts. As in, there's going to be train cars that suddenly for some reason are going to be moving toward you. You can avoid all of it though just by sticking to the right side. It's very easy, and that's what I would recommend doing. See? Almost trivial, really. And the other racers are trying to dodge between the cars and stuff. Man. Anyway, now this part up ahead is what I meant when I said you're going to go back to the school. You're actually in the wooded area around the school right now. Eventually you're going to see more of this in the next chapter.
This might be useful.
This is just your first viewing of it. Now, there's going to be a few more shortcuts over here as well. Here on the right, it's definitely a little shorter. It's not that big of a deal though, because like I said, all the racers will rubber band, so they'll catch up to you anyway. And there's going to be another shortcut coming up right here. You can see those wooden planks up ahead. You can bust right through them. Nice and easy.
Mine now.
Now the greasers are going to get even dirtier. They're going to have guys around knocking down trees and trying to knock you off your bike. And if they land a good hit, that will knock you down. Alright, you might recognize where we are now. Currently, we're heading out of the school parking lot toward the town of Bullworth, and then to New Coventry. Now, by taking this shortcut here, usually one of the racers will glitch out. I think it's usually Johnny, as he tries to chase you. I'm fine with that. Less problems. Oh,
Well,
that's not good. Come on, get back on. As you can see, I had plenty of time to get back on because of my huge lead. Anyway, a few more tree traps, but we're almost there. Now, up ahead, there's a really cool shortcut right here. It's sort of a multi-part, but basically, you don't have to follow the markers at all here. You just cut through the side alley, cut through this side alley right here as well, and there's your goal. Boom. Yeah, Jimmy, you won by a huge margin.
All right, Jimmy, you won. Well, of course, my bike wasn't tuned right. I'm gonna head to the shop and do some work on it.
More bike talk? I'll meet you guys later.
Nice lip gloss.
Oh, Lola likes you now. That's a reward? I don't think so. If Lola likes you, that means she wants something from you.
So
And I don't like her. She's such a liar.
Alright.
Ugh, don't like her. Anyway, that's that. Now we're gonna go to the next mission. We can actually start it at the underpass to New Coventry, so we're gonna head over there. Alright, here we are. Next mission.
Hey, good looking.
What's up?
Oh, you're so angry. But I think you've got a softer side.
Haven't you caused enough trouble?
That's not fair. I'm a nice girl. I'm nice to everyone. Now, everyone hates me.
Look, I'm sorry.
Well, okay. But now Johnny and his boys won't even speak to me.
Boys can get really jealous when they find out you've been kissing another boy.
It wasn't like that. I'm not like that.
Okay.
But I left all my things in the abandoned tenements where they hang out. My address book, my keys, my perfume, my lipstick, even my laundry. Everything. Now I've got nothing. I don't have much money.
That's too bad.
Maybe you could get them back for me?
You want me to steal your stuff back from a bloodthirsty mob of angry greaseballs?
I'd be very grateful, Jimmy. Very grateful.
Don't do it, Jimmy. She won't actually do anything for you. Well, she might kiss you. But other than that, she's not gonna do anything for you. Though it is kind of weird that basically she's a runaway. That's what it sounds like. I mean, she keeps, what, her laundry there as well? Sounds like a runaway to me. Anyway, it's in one of these abandoned buildings that we're heading to. Yeah, they all pretty much look the same to me, so I just follow the map. I kind of wish this area was more distinct. They had more things that can really tell you where I'm going. But they don't, so. Anyway, here we are. Now, there's a few special things here. For example, there's this last transistor, which is pretty awesome. Means we're gonna finally learn all the fight moves today. Anyway, let's head on in. So we just gotta find Lola's stuff, but of course this is the greasers hangout, so we gotta take out all the greasers. Because they're kind of pissed at you. Which is weird, because really, you won that bike race fair and square. You weren't the guy cheating, but, you know, this is how it is. Anyway, let's take out this guy, and then we can get Lola's first item. There we go. Nope, hey, he's got a little more left in him. There we go.
I can use that.
First item is an address book, which I don't really know whether it dates the greasers or it dates the whole game, because I don't have an address book. I don't know anyone with an address book. Really, everything is on your cell phone now. So, it is what it is. Now, these guys got a slingshot across because, you know, they're across a gap. You could avoid them or ignore them, but I'd rather just shoot them in the head. Makes it easier. Anyway, another fight right over here. Now, this mission really reminds me of another Rockstar game called The Warriors, obviously based on the movie and the books. I know it's not the right time period, but this whole urban setting and their attitude just makes it feel right to me. And the combat system in that game is actually very similar to Bully. Anyway, let's just finish these two guys off. But of course, I'm having some issues because I'm stuck between them. But one-on-one, they're pretty easy. Come on, a little bit more. Almost done. There we go. Let's keep going. Oh, somebody's chasing us now. And I could hang out here. When he runs here, I can push him over the ledge. He's taking too long, though. I think he's, like, out of breath, so fuck it. Keep going. One more. Oh, perfect. Now this should be Lola's laundry. Yeah, I briefly showed it.
Whoa, what are you doing here?
Taking out the trash.
Looks like that's what I have to do. I just love wrecking things with my hammer.
Yeah, so that's Norton, and he's pretty tough. Now, what you're supposed to do is get close, let him swing, get tired, and then start beating on him. Problem is, you're still in melee range, and you didn't do much damage. What's a lot easier is take these bottle rockets and just shoot him in the face. I mean, look at that damage. That's like double of the amount of damage I got from when I was trying to punch him. This is far easier, and I don't know why I would have messed around the other way. Anyway, I got the hammer.
See what Jimmy's
Now, we need the hammer to bust down walls. Because a lot of Lola's items are hidden behind certain sections you can't reach without the hammer. So, for example, let's go one floor down. Now, there was actually an easy item right over here on the left. This one is Lola's
I think I'll keep this.
lipstick. Okay. But on the right here, you wouldn't be able to reach the item unless you bust through this wall. This one should be Lola's
Better
keys.
collect that.
Okay, we're 4 or 5. One last thing. We'll just drop down real quick since you don't take fall damage for this small of a drop. Another wall. Now this one should be Lola's
Just what
perfume,
I
I
was
believe.
looking for.
Yep. Now we can leave. We don't get to keep the hammer though, which is unfortunate. Really, you should be able to get it out though. Just stick it through head first, and it'll get through the window. Whatever. Anyway, we gotta return all the stuff to Lola, and she's at the underpass to New Coventry again, so I'll meet you there. Ah, there she is.
Thanks, honey. You're great.
You have nice lips.
Ooh.
Alright, there we go.
Wasn't that great?
Of course, now the greasers are ticked off even more.
My work here is done.
It's okay. The cool part is getting the bonus health though, because we took a little bit of damage. Anyway, now there is one more greaser mission here, but we're gonna go back to school. We have a few things that we need to take care of first. Alright, we're back at school now. The first thing we're gonna do is pick a fight with a prefect so we can get busted. Because the detention in chapter 3 is different from the other chapters.
So
Why does he
nice
always
of you
wear
to
that
drop
tie?
by my office on your way to prison, young man. I'll just bring up your permanent record. You're credited with rampant vandalism and destruction. Impressive. It's been reported that you've been throwing newspapers at people. Go see the punishment prefect. Perhaps he can improve your attitude. Goodbye, Hopkins.
Oh, look who's decided to join us today.
Alright, so this is why this detention can only be shown during chapter 3. Obviously, you can't shovel snow in the other seasons. Well, generally, I don't know. Canada always has snow, so that might be different. Anyway, overall, this mission's pretty simple. You just run up to the snow piles and you shovel them, spam the button. No big deal. If you keep getting the same detention over and over, you'll get more and more piles. Also, like the other detentions, you can't just leave the area. For example, you can't just jump through that hole right there because, well, we'll just restart the whole mission. So there's no point. So you can't run through that entrance, you can't attack the prefect, just sort of gotta do it. I find that kind of boring, but otherwise it really wouldn't be a punishment if you could just run away. Anyway, just 2 more piles and we're out of here. Oh, and of course you also notice the weather changed. Once you start this detention, the weather suddenly gets really, really bad. Anyway, here we go, and we're done.
Hopkins, you're done.
No sweat.
Anyway, the weather will just stay this bad for a little bit. Eventually it'll fade away, but it's pretty cool that they did this. Another one of those cute little touches that I like. Now, if you've played this game before, you'll know that there's actually another class I haven't shown yet, even though it's almost at the end of chapter 3. Technically, I could have done this class at the beginning of chapter 2 after Hattrick and Halloway, but I just didn't feel like doing it yet. Couldn't really fit it in. But today we'll take care of that. It's actually another class taught by the art teacher, and it's very different.
Welcome to photography class. I'm Miss Phillips. I'll be handing out your cameras and first assignment in a moment.
Alright, for this first class of photography, we're going to be running around and taking pictures of these banners, which actually aren't around the school normally. They're only here for this class. Anyway, I don't know if you remember the mission Hattrick versus Galloway, but she's technically right that she handed out cameras, because she was the one that actually gave you the camera in that mission, which at the time really made no sense. Why would she give you a camera? It's pretty much for this class and a couple of missions in chapter 3. Also, it's kind of cool that they give out cameras at the school. I mean, it's a private school, so I guess it's pretty rich. I have heard of private schools that hand out like laptops and iPads and stuff like that, but I guess a good camera is actually worth a lot more. So, we'll see. Anyway, we got another banner at the auto shop. Now for these pictures, they're pretty much graded on how centered you are and how zoomed in you are. And of course, the object can't be completely blocked. But other than that, fairly straightforward. Overall, it's not too hard, and really this first class is a kind of an introduction. Later on, you'll do a lot more complicated photos. Oops, messed up on that one. Wasn't quite centered or zoomed in enough.
Hello?
Anyway, we have one more flag left, and this one is at the library. Also, you can see the weather's already cleared up, which is pretty cool. I do kind of wish this game had more dynamic weather. I'm not sure how it would benefit the game, so it's probably a good thing they didn't do it, but I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of cool. Anyway, that's all our pictures, so we're gonna head back to the art class. So, meet you there.
You know, Jimmy, you have a little bit of a rough edge, but I really think there's something special about you.
Well, that's rather nice of her. She seems like one of those teachers that thinks the best of everyone, though. Anyway, let's keep on going. Now, the reward for this class is a photo album, which is pretty cool. Now you can take pictures of other students, or it doesn't have to be other students, you can just take photos, and it'll be stored. Strangely enough, the photo album has all my pictures from my other saves, not this one. Not sure why, but, you know, here it is. So you can see what type of pictures I've taken so far. Usually there seems to be a theme, doesn't there? Anyway, there's that one last color picture at the end. Now we're gonna go to the hobo. Remember, we finally got the final transistor at the tenement place, so we're gonna go take our final fighting session. That should be pretty cool. It usually unlocks around 4 o'clock, so I'll meet you there. Alright, here it goes. The final training session.
Good to see you haven't forgotten me. Thanks, kid. Okay, now let's train.
Now, you should have a general idea of how to do this. Usually you're doing your hit combo and you're just holding down one of the buttons. So for this one, you're doing your 5-hit combo and holding down the key at the end. And this is a really, really cool move. You notice this is the first time I've ever knocked the hobo down, because this move can actually knock a lot of people down that you normally can't, including prefects, police, adults, loads of people. It's really awesome. Now, the only person he can't knock down is Norton in that previous mission, which makes sense, because if you knocked down Norton in the previous mission, it would have been too easy.
I gotta go mess with my project.
Alright, let's see what his special project is.
Take this.
So yeah, that just happened.
That's how it's done.
So that's definitely your final lesson. I mean, the guy's not even on the school campus anymore. Maybe not even on Earth anymore. Anyway, now we're gonna do another mission that I've been trying to trigger around school. Now, I've actually tried to do a previous episode, but it wouldn't trigger for some reason. It's kinda weird. It's actually a new mission for Bully Scholarship Edition, and it's related to the chemistry teacher. But for some reason, it won't always trigger at the same time. It's just very inconsistent. We'll definitely get it working this time.
Get away, foul vision of hell!
Sir, you sent for me?
Death stalks me, but I've seen the light. I know you're not there, devil!
Dr. Watts, sir, it's Hopkins. It's me, not the devil. He couldn't make it.
Go!
Are you okay?
Oh.
What did you do?
I was mixing chemicals for my research when there was an explosion. The vapors have got to me again!
Oh, cool.
I see all of the triplets came.
Triplets? Whatever.
Such is the life of a scientist, Hopkins. The suffering can be terrible. Now listen, word is you're quite the problem solver. I've got a business proposition.
I'm listening.
In my spare time, I produce certain chemical compounds with certain properties. I need some of them delivered to my customers around town. Quick, though. They need them urgently.
All right.
Go pick up the stuff from my lab technician. He's in town, in Trailer Alley.
I'm on it.
Trailer Alley. That's a very interesting name. It's actually a new Coventry on a part that leads to a different part of the map that's currently locked. Anyway, we'll just head right on over. Alright, there's the lab technician.
Mr. Watts sent me. Something about some deliveries?
It looks like one of your fellow students. It's kind of interesting. So, what do you think they're making? What do you think the packages actually are? I'm just thinking about it. So we got Mr. Watts, who is a teacher, a chemistry teacher, and he's having some help from one of his students. And they gotta discreetly deliver all these things. What could it possibly be? Now, I'm not saying this is based on Breaking Bad or Breaking Bad is based on this, but there's a lot of similarities. Chemistry teacher, last name starts with a W, balding with glasses, and these guys are stealing my bike. What's cool, the guy I just delivered to is starting to kick their ass, which is great. Thanks a lot, old dude. Guess I really like his packages. Anyway, we need to head to the motel next. That's where our next package is gonna be. So anyway, back to Breaking Bad. Maybe the storyline is just too generic, you know, chemistry teacher making drugs. But I thought it would be pretty cool if Mr. Watt turned out to be the Walter White of this world. Anyway, now we're delivering to looks like a hobo. Maybe he is a druggie. We don't know. Maybe he does meth. A lot of questions, really. Anyway, we got 3 more packages to do. Now, if you don't know what Breaking Bad is, everything I just said meant absolutely nothing to you, which is kind of unfortunate. Basically, it's a show from AMC, which is about a chemistry teacher who has cancer and needs to start making drugs to pay for his cancer treatment. Oh, this guy, I remember this guy. This is the guy who gave you your first haircut in the Happy Mullet. Anyway, so, you know, he's very similar to Dr. Watts so far. We don't really know what Dr. Watts is making, but there seems to be some similarities here. Let's see what this guy is. It's an old dude in his pajamas behind a gas station. Is that not fucking shady? Anyway, back to Breaking Bad again. Now, one of the most important things to remember, though, is Breaking Bad came out January 2008. Bully Scholarship Edition came out March 2008. So I really don't think they copied each other in any way. There's really no way they could have. I mean, there's like a 5-week gap between the two releasing, and I'm assuming they finished the script for this game way before the release date. Anyway, this final package is going to Mr. Burton, the gym teacher. These guys are getting me so much trouble. Right when they punch me after I deliver this package. There we go. And now Mr. Burton's probably gonna bust them. Whatever, we gotta go to Mr. Watts and get our reward.
Ah, James, splendid!
I said I'd do it.
Okay, so they say Watts Miracle Hair Growth. So apparently, no, they're not doing meth or any sort of drugs. They're delivering some sort of hair growth cream, which probably explains why all the customers were middle-aged men or older. Anyway, now that's out of the way, we're gonna go finally take care of all the greasers. So I'll meet you guys in New Coventry for the last mission. Alright, let's start that last mission.
There he is, my hero.
What's your problem now?
If you really cared about me, you'd fight for me.
First of all, I'm not sure I really care about you. And second, what do you think I've been doing?
Tad fights for me, Gord fights for me, Johnny, well, he certainly fights for me. In fact, they're all about to fight for me. Right now. Everyone apart from you.
Who's fighting?
Tad and all the rich kids are coming here to fight Johnny and his boys. All because of me. I'm like Helen of Troy.
So there's gonna be a big fight? A winner-take-all sort of thing?
Yes, everyone's involved apart from you. I'm Helen of Troy, and you're more interested in boys called Troy.
Whatever. See you later.
I don't see what's wrong with a boy named Troy. Could be interesting. Especially Troy from Community. He's very out there. Anyway, where's my bike? I need to find that real quick. Ah, there it is. Alright, let's get on this bike and start the mission. So, supposedly, we need to find somebody named Peanut. Besides how ridiculous his name is, it's kind of bullshit when you're trying to chase him down because you can't actually catch him. The most you can do is stay close enough to him so you can actually go to the next scene. I mean, he's riding the worst bike in the game, and you can't catch him on the fastest bike.
I'm done with you chumps. Now tell me where Johnny is so I can finish him off.
I know where he is, but I ain't telling you nothing.
So as usual, we need to figure everything out by punching them in the face over and over. Luckily, Peanut seems to be stuck on his bike, so we'll take on these two first, then take care of Peanut. Overall, this fight is not very interesting. There's some more interesting ones later on, but this one is just keep spamming the button. Eventually be done. Let's get Peanut off his bike. Come on, he's down again. As you might be able to tell, different characters have different amount of health, because those other two smaller guys went down much easier. Generally, health is related to their size, as well as what clique they're in. If I remember correctly, the jocks tend to have the most health. Anyway, now we're done.
Who won? Me! Jimmy Hopkins! That's who! Who won?
You. Who? Jimmy Hopkins.
Correct! That's right, ladies! Me! I'm the daddy now!
You treacherous little snake! You think you're tough, huh?
You don't need any more of this, Johnny.
You laugh at me? You turn on me? You get it on with that harlot who I love? I'm gonna destroy you!
All right, calm down, man. It's cool. You lost. No big deal. We can all be friends.
You're done, kid. Finished! You'll learn to keep your hands off my girl!
Get out of here! The cops!
You're lucky, Jimmy. I'll kick your ass later.
Get back here! Stop! I'm an officer of the law!
Alright, so now we need to outrun the cops. I think you're riding the bike from Shop Class 2, which is not a great bike, but it'll do. Like, the cop isn't really that fast. You might catch a glimpse of it. Yeah, he's not that close. You don't have to do it too hard. The more important thing is, if he hits your bike, you'll fall off, then you have to restart the mission, which is a waste of time. So let's just do this right and not screw up. Other than that, this part is fairly straightforward. Just keep pedaling and don't run into a wall or anything. You don't even need to bother the other greasers that are running around. There's no real reason to. The music's pretty awesome though. Definitely like this part.
Get out of here! The cops!
Anyway, eventually you'll get to your goal, right about now.
Hey, Jimmy, help me get to the crane.
Okay, cool, it's Speedy. He actually came all the way out here to help you, so you really should respect him for that. Anyway, basically here, you can attack Johnny on the bike. You don't do that much damage. You can definitely do it. But what you're really supposed to do is take out these greasers. As you take out these greasers, Petey will be able to run over. Now, these greasers actually have really low health right now. That's why they're dying so easily. I'm not even doing headshots. But eventually, Petey will get to the crane, and then something really special will happen.
Jimmy's my friend.
Yeah, Petey, be proud. Be very proud.
I'm getting to the crane.
I really do like how Petey has such an active role in this mission, because otherwise he's sort of just that guy that's being picked on by everyone. I like seeing him being a lot more active, more than just being an idea guy. Anyway, right now I'm trying to bait Johnny under this magnet, but I haven't been getting him on target. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Let's see how you do in an even fight.
Boom. There's that new move. As you can see, he gets knocked down by that, which allows you to really set him up for the next combo. Pretty cool. Overall, I think Johnny probably has a lot more health than Darby did, and this fight's just taking way too long. So let's use everything that we learned. Alright, now that his health is low enough that we can probably mount him and do some very nasty things to him. Actually, we can do it one more time if we really want to. Yeah, we're gonna finish him off with a mount. Let's do it. There you go.
Now you're making me angry!
Actually, now that I think about it, I guess mounting people is kind of weird.
I told you, I was the daddy. Got it? I'm in charge. You do what I say.
All right, I give up. You can have her.
Who? What are you talking about, Johnny?
Lola, you win. She's yours.
This has nothing to do with her, man. I don't care. You can keep that slut for yourself.
What? You don't want her? Then why did you do this? Why'd you fight? Just to prove you're tougher than me?
That's right. And don't you or your boys forget it. I'm tougher than you, so maybe now you'll stop bullying everyone. You work for me now.
Oh, man.
Personally, I really liked how at the end, he doesn't even care about Lola at all. Thank God, Jimmy. She ain't worth it. Anyway, so that's the end of Chapter 3. Now you have control of the greasers and the preppies, which is pretty good. They really had a lot of conflict. The two remaining school cliques are the nerds and the jocks. Yeah, technically you're friendly with the nerds at the moment, but you don't actually control them. So that's something you actually have to take care of next chapter. Next episode, we start Chapter 4 and see what Jimmy does about the nerds and the jocks. Until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.